Thank you for tuning into The Awakening. This is once again your host. I really appreciate you guys for tuning in today. Today I have somebody you may get it confused. Her name is Miss Ella Jones, but I have a tendency of calling her Miss E. So if you hear me
Yes,
say Miss E, just know it's Miss Ella Jones. Miss Ella is the founder and director of Youth and Naomi Youth Mentoring Program in out of Dallas, Texas. She also is the founder and director of Precious Pearls Women on the Move, and she is the co-founder of Yielded Vessels Ministry with her husband Marcus Jones. And
yes,
also, she is an author. You know, I love authors as well. And she has a 31 devotional book that offers encouragement and inspiration to others that was released in 2020. And she also has Released to Be Released. That is
yes.
that's something within itself. And she also, once again, like I said, she's moving forward by following God's guidance. And Ella, I just want to thank you for taking the opportunity to be on the Awakening today. One of my
Yes.
major icebreakers is when I say awakening, I'm gonna hold it for you so you can answer it at the end of the show. But when I mention
Okay.
awakening, I want you to think about what does it mean for you. But
Gotcha.
I'm gonna let you go there. We're gonna do this. We're gonna break the ice later on with that answer. So
Gotcha.
today's topic is very personal for me, and it's personal because I think in this the times that we're living in and things that we're going through. Sometimes when you fall down or life throw you a curveball or something happens, you don't know how to get back up. You know, I am a procrastinator, and I feel like
Okay.
procrastinator is an evil spirit because it stunts your growth and you procrastinate. So when you procrastinate, you have a tendency to put off. When you put off, sometimes you have to tell it to start telling stories as to why you're not. Well, not telling stories. Let me just be bold with it. Lie
Right.
about why you're not doing this and why not doing that. So we just gonna. I'm gonna just call it like it is. And so I wanted to bring you on today because I've been following you for. I've been knowing you since for a long
Yes,
time.
it's been a while.
And I think if we work together at this bankruptcy law firm. And when I tell y'all, let me give y'all a little nugget of E. E is she with grace, and when I say grace, it's elegancy. She has always. I have not seen her on a bad day. That she even on a bad day, she still move forward and looking good. She is not
Wow.
gonna let nothing move her from not looking her best.
Mhm.
And I always loved it about her. It used to be her and two or three other coworkers that used to be on me and on the younger generation. Not saying that she's old because she's not, but she used to be
Yeah.
on us about how we act and carry ourselves as yeah, as young women. And I always appreciated that. And so when I seen your 30-day devotional and not only that, just the encouragement and inspiration that you give so many, even with your mentoring group, and I also have one as well, but sometimes you need to see stuff like that. But
Right.
you recently just lost your mom, and my prayers go
Mhm.
out to you and your
Yeah.
strength. You and your mother was like best friends. And
Mhm.
so I watched you go through that from a distance on social media. But with that being said, your mood didn't change. I just wanted to know what has inspired you to keep moving. The topic is no more excuses. Let's go. Let's go. What inspired you to keep going?
Well, what inspired me mostly was my mother. Uh, I've watched her all my life to keep going. Through all of her obstacles, her ups, her downs, she kept going. So when she became ill and I was attempting to take care of her, I had to stay strong. When she passed, I felt like I still had to stay strong because that's what she would have wanted me to do. Um, I always tell myself, let me get it together because she's watching me. She's like, girl, get it together. So it helps me to stay to encourage others, and that encourages me. So when I ask God to allow me to post my journey, that's part of my journey because I was already going through my health issues, and to go through that and then to lose her in that, it overwhelmed me, but I had to keep going. I was distraught, but I had to keep going. And I think my faith in God, I just had to make that a little bit more stronger, and it grew stronger and stronger every day. I have my days, but I remember my former pastor always say, "You can have your days, just don't stay there. You can go there, just don't stay there." And I try to stay strong because I know there's always somebody watching, and I want to be that vessel that says, that shows, not just says, but shows that there's strength in you. God's strength is in you, so when others see me and they know what I'm going through, they gain strength by seeing me be strong through all these obstacles. So that's what's been helping me. And journaling, I journal everything. I write down everything. I even have a personal journal for mother. When I'm missing her, I write in her journal letters to her. So those are the things that help me. And just my praise and worship continues at all time. And so just the little things that we think are little things, those are the big things that's giving me big strength.
And it's funny that you say journals because I have so many journals. I have a lot of journals, but I never
Yeah.
named my journals. And I'm happy you said that
Mm.
because it is a good way to express certain situations when you going through. That way you can have
Right.
it all together and all, in that. That's good because when I tell you I have journals, I just have them some of them because they're cute, some of them just journal. But and you also stated about your health, and that's one of the things that hurted me the most when I seen on Facebook. I was like, oh God, please don't take Miss E. And it's not. And sometimes we fail to realize that even though we don't talk to a person every day, or we may
Right.
not see them, or you never know who may be watching you. And so I feel like when I seen, even when you got came out with your sickness, I began to pray and ask God to, Lord, keep her because she's a good impact. She's an impact. She's your vessel. I know what I have experienced, and I know what I have seen, and just in this day, just being a mentor for more youth, especially in Dallas, in between of that age, 12 and 18, that is what's needed the most. And so I just, I was hurt. And I was like, God, why are so many people getting attacked in their bodies that's doing right,
Yeah.
But it goes without saying, that's the thing. You moving right. You moving in
Right.
that direction, and sometimes he gives the biggest battles to his strongest soldiers. And I just,
Mm.
you did that. You doing it even to this day. I just want you to know you are doing that. You are. Whew.
It's definitely
So
been.
even in your trials, yeah, and then you did a photo shoot. You and your photos. I noticed when you were sick, I seen you had the headscarf on and you was doing photo shoots, and I'm like, she's birthing gifts in the midst of her trial.
Yeah, and I did that because I feel like if
Your
I'm gonna,
movement, you just birthed it.
right, if I'm gonna share the journey, I have to share all the journey. And so I show the pictures, the scars, the bruises, the losing of the hair, the whole thing, and the burning of the feet when my feet turned
Yeah,
black at the bottom, and that whole thing. And I was like, if you're gonna share the journey, share it all. It hurt. I didn't want to, but I knew you can't do your journey and leave some out. And that's where that came from.
Whew, mm, that's good. That's good.
You have
So
to tell
how
us.
did you basically, even now, you still going, you still going through your health journey.
Yes.
So with all the punches that you are taking, the loss of your mother, you the loss of your mother, your health, and just losing so much, you get up and you say, "Let's go."
Yep.
Tell me about your circle, your "Let's go" circle. I know you got God. I do know that, and I know you got the Holy Ghost. And you ain't gonna. Your worship has always been. I never seen somebody. I think she was the first person that I met that in the job you worship. So you know I used to be
Worship and
drinking
work.
on the job a little bit here and there too. But in the midst of this, you worship it. So tell us about your experiences, even with you getting back up and letting go and having no more excuses, the impact that you feel that you're living for yourself.
I I have a few around me that pushes me beyond my limits. I have those in my life that, especially my husband, he let me have my days, but after a while, it's like, okay, now get it together, you know. And I have a couple of friends that they know when they call me and you good? Yeah, I'm good. They know I'm not good. They have that discernment to know, so they'll they'll let me talk it out. It's sometimes it's hard because you don't want to talk to people that don't get it. Because when you talk to people that don't get it, their thing is, where's your trust in God? Where's your
Right.
faith? You know, so sometimes that's not what you need. Sometimes you need that person that understands. Let me have my moment, but don't let me stay in my moment. You know, I'm gonna give you a few days or whatever. But for me, it's as I said earlier, the encouragement to others. When I have an opportunity to one of my girls from the program reach out, they're having an issue, I forget all about mine and I take on whatever they're going through. Or when I'm talking to one of my friend girls, is for me to encourage them and they leave the phone feeling so much better, then I feel better. So when I say I have to keep going, I take that personal. It's not just a selfish moment. I'm thinking about others. What can I do to help others? I've recently started sending cards to friends that I know that they're going through something. I'll just send them a card. Hey, just thinking about you. It's those type of things. Because when I was diagnosed, I had so many people reach out to me, people that I only know through Facebook. And they reached out and say, can I drop something off for you? Can I cash up you? I mean, it was overwhelming. So I would dare not to pay back what God blessed me with. So those are the things that inspire me when I hear someone say, I finally read, I had your book for a while. I finally read it and it helped me here and here and here. Those are the things that keep me going. When I think about going in my mother's room one day and before she passed and she was reading my book and I had to take a picture of that. Those are the things that keep me going because it just showed how proud she was of me. The things that keep me going, and when my husband just look at me and say, I can't believe with everything that you're going through, you're still going. Even now, I'm in the middle of a book collaboration or my third book along with other authors. I have to keep going. It's just like God just continues to bless me with things to do to keep me going instead of being stuck. I don't want to be stuck. I don't want to be stuck in the cancer diagnosis. I don't want to be stuck in the loss of my mom. I want to use those things for betterment of myself as well as others. So that's what keeps me going.
The light, and you are the light. You are the spotlight. And I noticed on Mondays you do spotlight Monday,
Yes,
and
yes.
you're the light today. Even
Wow,
though you
thank you.
spotlighted somebody else today on Facebook, you are my light today. So I really appreciate everything, your strength, your movement, and I just want to encourage you to just continue to keep going, continue to keep moving, continue to just push through, cause you got this. You got it with grace, mercy. Air saying when they say when you wake up in the morning and your heat fit the flow, the devil goes run. Cause he know he got a battle with Miss E. Miss E gonna
Oh yeah.
fight.
Oh yeah.
He know
Oh
he
yeah.
has that battle. It's
I have to. I have. It's like I can't. It's one of those things where I can is in a positive manner. I can't give up. I can't let go. I can't stop. So we always say, don't say I can't. I'm saying I can't to those things. Yes.
yeah, yeah. And that's one thing I teach my girls. You know, you may be you. I teach them in the house that even my son don't. We're not gonna use the word can't around here. We're not gonna use
Hmm.
it because once you get it, I feel like it's a word that once you get it instilled in you, you tend to you can
It's a
develop
crutch.
that procrastination spirit. I
Yep.
mean, yeah, it's a crutch,
It's a
and you tend
crutch.
to keep it going throughout. And so there
Hmm.
was so many excuses to why I couldn't do this or why I couldn't do this growing up. It's like I don't want them to be like that. I don't want you to
Yeah.
use that word. I mean, it's not a bad. My daughter be like, "Mom, it's not a bad word." No, it's not a bad word. A word that would handicap you. It will stunt
You
your
can,
growth if you don't know how to use it in a way where you
yeah.
got to balance out your strength and your weakness. And you can't let your weakness overshadow your strength because you won't move. You'll just keep saying I can't. And
Hmm.
so, with that being said, release to be released your book, and I feel like that is also. I haven't read it neither, but I am waiting to read. I am going to read it. I have to put it on. I got to read it because it's dealing with certain things that I have come to the conclusion of. Even with my health, I have health problems with thyroid, not being able to lose weight, gaining weight, doing this and doing that. And I really didn't realize how insecure with my own self I was.
Yep.
Elaborate. Tell us more about release to be released, because I think it has to a lot to do with letting go of
It,
certain things in your life and being able to overcome it.
yes. It is definitely about letting go. There's I won't give away the book since you haven't read it. However, there's from birth, from my birth, there was an instance that I wouldn't have made it if it hadn't been by the grace of God. I wouldn't be here today. And that was the intention. Um, I had to overcome that. I had to overcome not being able to meet my sister and brother that was born before me because of that incident back in 1962. I had to overcome a bad previous marriage where I was so insecure with myself, I lost me. I had no idea who Ella was. I wasn't Ella. I was his wife. That's all. That's all I got called. I had to overcome feeling like I wasn't good enough because of things that my brother, had said to me as a young girl. I wasn't good enough. I didn't look good enough. I was too skinny. I was too black. I was too ugly. I was too this. So those are things I had to overcome. Those things that you hear in your younger years roll into your older years. And there had to be a point where I had to stop letting it roll over me because it had rolled so long, it had rolled over me. So when I decided that it was time to let that stuff go, you had to call it for what it is. You have to say it. I had to actually say the words of what I was trying to overcome.
Yeah.
I had to put in the work. It wasn't easy. And I still have days where I have to check myself. It's just overcoming missing out on opportunities because of those things. I've always wanted to be a flight attendant. I made it. I was chosen to be one, but I couldn't do it because I didn't feel like those people don't want to see me on no plane looking like me. Those type of things. Those things of becoming what you want to become, having the opportunity to do it and choosing not to because you didn't feel you was worthy of it. I didn't feel worthy of being somebody's flight attendant. I didn't feel worthy of
Mm.
being whatever it was that I wanted to be in my life. Being a mentor, never, I didn't think I would ever do it. I don't have nothing to say to them, but my story, my life has led me to be a great mentor because I've experienced so much. I understand the insecurity. I understand the not feeling good enough. I understand not feeling worthy. I understand all of that. So when my girls are going through that, I can relate. It's not just something I read, it's something I lived. So release to be released let
Oh,
me know
yeah.
there's something in that release. Definitely. Like right now, even with the diagnosis and the loss of my mom, I still have to release to be released. I have to realize mother's gone. My life with her is no more, other than what I have in my memories, my pictures. So I released her to God Almighty. She's in no more pain, no more suffering, but I still have her with me in my heart, mind, soul, and spirit. So that release helps me to enjoy my new release. I have a whole new life now. My life was taking care of her. My life was going to make sure she had what she needed. My life was surrounded around doing things for mother, what mother needs, what mother wants, dealing with all of the pain. So now I have a new life. I was released into a new life. And that's where I'm at right now. I'm trying to adjust to my
Mm.
new life without her, with the diagnosis, life period. So I'm released to that. And that's where I'm at right now.
Well, I said that's what makes me butterfly. Well, I just want to thank you for coming on today and sharing your story. Tell us where we can get your 31-day devotional and release to be released.
They're both available on Amazon under the name of the book, Ella Jones. Also, if you're on my on Facebook, you can inbox me on Facebook. I have copies here that I can do a personal signature for you, or just and mail it out to you. I've mostly been doing that because a lot of people want it personalized. So you can just reach out to me in my inbox, send me an address. I can tell you the Cash App is $Precious Pearls. And the 31-day devotional is only $10, and the release to be released is $20. So if anybody wants to get a personal copy, just inbox me, and I will get that sent out to you ASAP. Yes, and be looking forward to the new
Yes,
collaboration.
yes, yes, yes.
Yes, and it's gracefully
Wow.
broken, beautifully standing.
Okay,
Yes.
Miss E. So, Miss E, what does the awakening mean to you?
The awakening means to me is to come alive, um, start new, which is what I'm doing. The awakening to me means a freshness. When you awake, you're awakening to a new day, a new dawning, a new freshness, a new walk. So that's what, when I hear the word
Yeah,
awakening, I hear start over, start new, start fresh. That's what it means to me.
thank you so much, Miss E. And I
I
love
thank
you
you
so
for the
much. I can't
opportunity.
wait to get back down there so I can get up under you and look, get some of these nuggets and these this wisdom dropped on me. Cause Lord knows y'all always gave me some wisdom. I watch you. I watch you a lot.
I thank you. I
But once
appreciate that.
again, I just
I
want to
mean,
thank you for being on.
yes, I appreciate it.
And stay tuned in once again to Miss E. Like she said, you can go on Miss Ella Jones on Facebook and
Yes.
inbox her if you would like a copy of her book or on Amazon. And also just be an encouragement. You know, let's take the words, take the seeds that she done nuggets, and let's just grow. And let's
That's
go.
it.
Let's go. No more excuses. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go. All right,
No
Miss
more
E, thank you so much,
procrastination.
and I love you.
Love you too. I appreciate
Yeah,
it.
no more. I got to do better. I promise you, I got to do better.
Yes.
All right. Thank you for
All right.
tuning in,
Blessings
everybody.
upon the
Have a good
awakening.
day.
You too as well. Bye.